very good morning to you. It is the 3rd of June, Uganda Matters Day. I hope you're having yourselves a wonderful morning. I am myself, and we are here to drive your business. Remember, this is Smart 24 TV. We are located on plot 42 Nile Avenue, Kampala, where we hail from and give you all insights into the business world here in Kampala, Uganda, of course, East Africa, and the continent, and the globe as well. Welcome back from Smart Means Business with Mr. Paul Sonko. And now we are here to look at the financial markets as we drive you through what's happening on the financial market scene. Now, today, later on the program, we are going to be having Mr. Peter Ogwang. Mr. Peter Ogwang is a specialist in digital asset marketing, and he will be talking to us about how this can influence our financial markets, as well as what opportunities are there in the space of digital marketing and other digital assets. Most welcome to the program. Let's have a look at the stock market this morning before we go any further, so we can see who are the gainers, who are the losers, and where you can trade if at all you are to make money on the stock exchange. Now, today, Bank of Baroda, Uganda is trading at 85 Uganda shillings, and that has not changed for Bank of Baroda, Uganda. I hope they're having their annual general meeting soon, but it has not been declared yet. But they have been static in terms of share price, with 85 Uganda shillings for the past couple of days and weeks as well. The high and low prices are still 85, and of course the opening price this morning is 85. Remember, these prices keep changing, and these are results as per data from Uganda Securities Exchange at exactly 10 a.m. when we went on air. So these could fluctuate here and there, but at the moment, Bank of Baroda, Uganda is trading at 85 Uganda shillings. You only need 85 cents to get yourself a share in Bank of Baroda, Uganda. Next, we have British American Tobacco. British American Tobacco is currently trading at 15,000 Uganda shillings, which is the highest share price still on the market, and has been trading this way for quite a while, with a little or no change in the share price. The opening price this morning is 15,000, as well as the high and low prices. Over the past 24 hours have been 15,000 Uganda shillings. As well, BAT has released their annual results, which we shall be reviewing later on, probably next week, with some experts, and we shall be breaking down their annual results. Remember, they also had recently change in the board of directors with the new chairman, and we shall be looking into what the old board has done and what the new board is expected of as far as British American Tobacco is concerned. Remember, as a shareholder, it's up to you to always make sure your company, you know what's happening in your company, who is leading the company, so that you know exactly when to actually invest in this company or actually to withdraw from the company. So that's why we shall be looking at BAT later on and seeing their annual results and see whether they're doing good or not. But at the moment, if you want to access a stock in a British American Tobacco Uganda, you only need 15,000 Uganda shillings. Moving on to Centum Investment Company, cross-listed from Kenyan Exchange. Of course, it is a cross-listed company and has been trading at around 320, but we are seeing a steady, share price over the past 24 hours with very little fluctuations. Currently, it is trading at 325.1 Uganda shillings, and of course, the opening price was 325.1, and of course, the high price was 325.1, and the lowest price 325.1, and of course, the opening price this morning 325.1. Hasn't changed much as well there, so no gaining, no loss for Centum Investment Company. Remember, for cross-listed companies, they have been facing ups and downs here and there, probably due to the looming elections right there in Kenya, but at least we have seen them pick up over the last couple of days due to the weakening of the Uganda shilling. So it is something to look out for. Centum Investments, you only need 325.1 Uganda shillings this morning to trade with them. Moving on to Cipla, Quality Chemical Industries, is currently trading at 70.00 Uganda shillings. Remember, CIPLA opened the month with over 80, actually last month, started with 88 Uganda shillings, moved down to 70.38, actually moved down to 77, and now currently it has lowered its share price to 70 cents. So CIPLA right there is a company that's probably one opportunity for a new investor who is looking to invest in the stock market, as the share prices have been going down for the company since the beginning of the year. Remember, CIPLA also, according to its financial results that were released, it returned to profitability in the financial year 2021. That means the company is, of course, has very good future prospects, and I would say this is the right time to invest in CIPLA. As we can see, CIPLA is expanding with an anti-cancer drug unit being constructed at the plant, and of course with other branches that are being brought up in CIPLA, making other drugs like anti-pain and anti-hepatitis B drugs. So CIPLA Quality Chemicals, as I always say, always look for a company with good future prospects. Don't just look at the share price right now, because this could change anytime, anywhere soon. The highest price CIPLA has traded at the past 24 hours has been 70, and of course the lowest has been 70. And the opening price this morning is 70 Uganda shillings as well. So with 70,000, you get yourself 1,000 shares. With 700,000, you get yourself 10,000 shares, and so on. That is practically speaking there for CIPLA. Moving on to Development Finance Company of Uganda, that is DFCU Bank, currently trading at 555 shillings. That is 555 shillings for the past couple of days and weeks as well. And the opening price, the opening price is 555, and the high and low prices have been 555. Okay, 550 actually. That is a slight change there. The opening price, I said 555, but the highest price over the last 24 hours is 550, and of course the lowest is 550 as well. So we can invest in DFCU with only 500 shillings. That is worth probably a chapati or something. You can invest that money in a company and wait for the future prospects for the company. It could yield you profit in the future. Moving on to East African Breweries Limited. East African Breweries as well is a cross-listed company from Kenya, a brewery well known from Kenya right there, and it's currently trading at 4,600.17 after a very sharp rise in share price over the week from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It closed off Thursday with a share price of 4,600.17, and that has not changed for the past 24 hours. If you are with us yesterday, I think this was the price they were trading at yesterday, and that hasn't changed, no loss or gain for East African Breweries. Of course, the highest and lowest prices, since there hasn't been any change in share price, has been maintained at 4,600.17, and the opening price is 4,600.17. That is after a progressive increase in share price over the last couple of days, but now it has stabilized at 4,600. You can access yourself a share in East African Breweries Limited. Moving on to East Equity Bank Limited. Equity Bank Limited is trading currently at 1,469.45, and if we are to check out yesterday's share price for the company, I think it's the same, maintained at yesterday's price, which was 1,469.45. So not much of a change there for Equity Bank Limited, and of course the opening price is 1,469.45, and of course the high and low prices is 1,469.45. That is Equity Bank Limited, cross-listed bank from Kenya there, trading on the Uganda Securities Exchange. Remember, this is real-time data, and of course may not be real-time, but at least for the past couple of about 10 minutes, this is the data we can put our hands on from the Uganda Exchange, which is of course the exchange that has been mandated to trade stocks for Ugandans and of course keep track of what's happening on the stock market there. Moving on to KCB Bank, which is one of the best banks that has proved itself in the local banks in East Africa. It's currently trading at 1,237, and if I checked the stocks yesterday, it was trading exactly at the same price. So no gain or loss there for Kenya Commercial Bank. And of course, the opening price was 1,237.01, and the high and low prices have been 1,237.01. That is Kenya Commercial Bank for you. And of course, Kenya Commercial Bank, noting there, just had a new CEO. That is Mr. Paul Russo, from the former CEO who is Mr. Joshua Oigara. After Joshua Oigara actually, made strides in terms of, increasing the assets for the company, and of course giving us other companies like the National Bank of Kenya and other branches in other parts of the continent and of course the region. And I think Kenya Commercial Bank is a very good prospective, commercial bank for you to invest in as an investor, especially for the first-time investors. So we can look at another company, moving on to Kenya Airways, currently trading at 124.51. Surprisingly, Kenya Airways began the month, last month, if you remember, with a very low share price of about 117. And now it has moved all the way to 124.51. That is an increase of over about 10 shillings, close to 10, okay, 9 to 8 shillings in gaining in share price. So people who bought shares earlier in Kenya Airways earlier last month, that is the month of May, are making a profit trading on the stock market. So this is exactly what we are talking about. These stocks are profitable if you are patient, if you are willing to decide to invest in them and be patient and wait for the market to work in your favor. So currently Kenya Airways trading at 124.51 Uganda shillings. And of course, the opening prices have been 124.51, and the high and low prices have been maintained at 124.51. Moving on to MTN Uganda Limited. MTN Uganda, the most recent IPO for the Uganda Securities Exchange, is currently trading at 190 Uganda shillings. Remember, they had their annual general meeting last Friday on the 27th of May, and they declared a dividend of 4.706 to all their pertinent shareholders right there in MTN Uganda. So if you are a shareholder in MTN, I hope you're waiting for that dividend. And of course, their book closure date was 1st of June. That was this Wednesday that has just passed. So for shareholders that are buying shares right now, you may not be able to gain a dividend for this time, but probably next time. But you look out for that and make sure you access your dividend. If you don't, you can always go to MTN and actually claim for your dividend, because you actually deserve it. The high and low prices for MTN have been 190, and of course the opening price was 190. I remember MTN began the month with about a share price of 185 and rose to 188 and through 189, and now trading at 190, showing that it's been doing good on the stock market averagely, with an average rise in a share price. So it's a good company, I guess, for you to start with if I told you an investor out there. Moving on to National Insurance Corporation, the company with the lowest share price on the market, which is favorable for every investor, currently trading at 6.2. It began the week with around 6.1. Now it's settling at 6.2 as we wind up the week. And of course, the opening price this morning is 6.2 shillings, and the high and low prices are 6.2, with only 6 cents, for Christ's sake, 6 cents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can access yourself ownership in such a big company like National Insurance Corporation. What are you waiting for? Start investing right now. With your 6,000, you can visit MTN and dial star. If you have an MTN line, you dial star 160 hash. Go to financial services, open an SCD account. They will give you a stockbroker. They will assign you a stockbroker, and there you will just start trading. with the stock market and enjoy some of these figures, instead of just listening through. Okay. Now moving on to Nation Media Group is trading at 635.57. Yes, Nation Media Group began the week at around 620 and now has moved all the way to 635.57. Remember, all these cross-listed companies from Kenya especially have been witnessing a steady rise in share price, and they have been seeing a small increment of about 0.1, 0.2 every single day. And that can be attributed to probably because of our weakening shilling, as the Uganda shilling weakens, as well as the Kenya shillings, but not as much as the Ugandan shillings. That is the cause probably of seeing these prices rise a little bit. And so currently opening prices for Nation Media Group are 635.57, and of course the high and low prices are 635.57. Moving on to New Vision Printing and Publishing Company, currently opening the market with a price of 155 this morning, and the high and low prices are 155. And of course, New Vision hasn't had that much activity on the market as per the last couple of days or weeks, but we shall watch and see what happens next for that. Moving on to Stanbic Bank Uganda. Unfortunately, yesterday they had the annual general meeting, and of course, as you know, all banks in Uganda that have been listed have been restricted by Bank of Uganda not to give out a dividend this financial year, with reasons that Bank of Uganda knows best. But according to what reports say is that the Bank of Uganda is saying that since we are recovering from the pandemic, and of course due to price, inflations and so on, we are saying let the banks keep their money and be able to, give it out to, creditors, so that they can give out credit to people and loans, so that people can access loans and recover their businesses. But that still has affected Stanbic Bank Uganda. As you can see, the share price is going down since the week began, and now it's standing at 22.1, all the way from about 23, 24 in the last couple of weeks. The high prices have been 22.1, and of course, the lowest price has been 22.0. And in the last 24 hours, there has been a transaction of over 28,900 shares that have been traded at 22 Uganda shillings, probably sold, because that explains why there's a decrease in the share price there. Uganda Clays Limited, listed here in Uganda, they are currently trading at 20, and if you remember yesterday, they were trading at exactly 20. So nothing has changed there for Uganda Clays Limited. The high and low prices are 20, and of course the opening price this morning is 20 cents. Then moving on to Umeme, which is a company many are looking at as doing so well on the stock exchange with the highest turnover, and of course with one of the most attractive dividends they declared on their financial year of 2021. So they are trading currently at 240 Uganda shillings, and of course over the last 24 hours, over 129,500 shares have been traded, each share traded at 240. Remember, the challenge we are still having on our stock market here in Uganda is that most investors are foreign, and very few local investors have got interested in the stock market. So we are trying to change that here at Smart 24. I'm encouraging you, our dear viewer, to always invest, find these as options of investment rather than just agriculture and property and all those other things that you look into investment. This is money that companies use to grow and expand, and later when they make a profit, they return to you in dividends, and you can keep trading on the stock and get back your money. That was the stock market this morning. I hope you are following and are checking out our social media platforms. That is Smart 24 on YouTube, and of course Instagram Smart24_TV, and of course Twitter at Smart 24. The hashtag is Financial Markets. please follow us and give us feedback on what you think on the topics we bring up here and what you think about the show. We are going to go into a short break, but when we return with your top stories which you don't want to miss out on.